it. So let's start this podcast, guys. So we are down a member today. Welcome back to Roundhouse. First official, we know the name of the podcast title. And we are missing a member. Rigodines is not with us today. Anytime he's gonna be brought up, we gotta say his full name. Like you can't not say Eddie Murphy or like Dave Chappelle. Like you can't not say. I love it.
We know he's listening though. He's listening somewhere right now.
Maybe not. You heard his marketing last time at the end of it. He was like, or not. You know,
or not. Can't. Maybe he's never coming back on.
I was like, yeah, maybe this was like, he was like, he realized he didn't like the content either. He's like, you know, alright. It's okay though. He actually had a podcast topic that I'm not going to bring up without him here, but that's how I know he was going to come back, because he's like, ooh, for the next week, we're going to bring this up. I'm like, you know what? I'm not opposed to it, but he had a topic, so that was the thing. Excited. Yeah, so like at this point, we'll just save that for when he's actually here. But today, we don't have another topic. So we are just going to wing it. I think that seems to be our theme, and I don't hate it. Oh wait, Chilo, you have a topic?
Honestly, like I did, but you brought up OnlyFans. So okay. We were kind of getting deep into that, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we were.
You have an OnlyFans?
Is
that what you're telling me, guy?
It's a legitimate business adventure. All right, I will not be shunned here amongst my peers. All right, bills got to be paid, cats got to be fed.
I'm sure.
It's my intro to let you guys know what's coming.
Yeah. He's got a hat collection.
Wow.
No, that was the whole thing. The reason we were talking about OnlyFans a little bit before was we're talking about like having a Patreon or something like that. It's like a future idea that just a possibility. And then Bressy said, "Oh, like an OnlyFans." I'm like, "Oh, well, you know," it made me think. It's not. I associated immediately dirty with OnlyFans, but then it made me think of the funny thing that OnlyFans started. I can't remember when, but it was not meant for what it's being used for primarily today. So what people associate, hey, do you have an OnlyFans? They assume lewds or nudes, honestly, and it can be guys or girls, but like usually now it's associated with like erotic area of like.
You know, a lot of it isn't, or not a lot. I think the majority is, but there are some of them that are just they're dedicated to other things. You know, I see people like maybe build things and like they have an OnlyFans subscription. Like that's so some of it is used for that reason.
Yeah. The reason it was made for it. So again, that was the whole point. Is that it started off as somebody knocking. Oh, gotta take a brief pause. Actually, unpause. So OnlyFans. So. Before we had to cut off really quickly, something happened. We had to attend to it. But OnlyFans, we were going over the fact that it wasn't started off the way it was meant for lewds or nudes or stuff like that, which people are associated with, or like, you know, pretty much erotic content like Bella Defame.
You know a lot of them, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of them now. They're like really popular now. Like as far as like even social media star or influencers through OnlyFans on like lewd stuff. Yeah, it's also. You know what's funny? Even on Tinder, when I'm swiping on Tinder and I see it's like, hey, would it Cash App me or my OnlyFans? I'm like, dude, they're even marketing on Tinder, and it's really annoying because now I'm like, god damn, it is smart. I don't hate the game. I guess I hate the play. You know what? No, I hate the game. I hate that game. But it is smart. I can't blame them for doing that because that's how they'll get money. Some guy who clearly wants to find somebody is like, yo, don't pay to see some naked person.
And not that I condone this, but like, this is just, they make money. These people, and it benefits them. It benefits a lot of people. So
they make a lot. They make enough for like a year's worth of income in a month if they get good enough.
It's really wild how many people actually just create an account. They just. I don't even know if you need to be innovative like that anymore.
No, you don't.
I think there's just so much out there, so many people consuming this.
If you get $1 from 8,000 people, $1, you have $8,000.
Right.
So, like I said, if everyone's like, "Oh, I could donate $1,"
it's infinite, bro.
Yeah, that because I saw TikTok, somebody did the same thing too. But hold on, just real go back. So OnlyFans, let me just main one. It started off like Patreon, and the way you brought it up earlier, that somebody was doing like OnlyFans, but they were actually doing like craftsman stuff. Or like not, nude or sex stuff.
Yeah, some of it gaming, everything.
They're using it for its actual purposes, and that was one thing I found interesting that a lot of people know is that it's now become associated with lewds and nudes and like pretty much, oh no, like even people who don't even know what OnlyFans really is as a platform knows what OnlyFans is to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like a parent might not know that OnlyFans you can make money doing like woodwork or anything, but then they hear that the neighbor's daughter has an OnlyFans. Oh, that hoochie, something like that. Like they'll automatically have that now. It's associated by default OnlyFans' image, but it is not the only thing. However, OnlyFans, as Chito brought up, didn't have to, or it didn't say no to all that money.
Right. I mean, like, yeah, because I've seen like health fitness gurus on OnlyFans. I'm just like, oh shit.
Just other
When
influencers.
I saw that, I was like, oh wow. When I first started OnlyFans, like all I was told was it was mainly people.
The nudes or lewds.
Like that's what I was introduced to.
Yeah.
Well, that's how OnlyFans was introduced to me. Like once I started hearing about it on Instagram and Facebook and all that shit, I was like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Curious mind. I went on OnlyFans.com and like right away on the first page was like health fitness, tool reviews, like just.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I have actually not seen. Mine was the stereotypical like, but I probably went on to some person's account just to see.
Yeah.
Just to see if they're okay.
just check if they're still active. When was the last time they logged in?
Gentlemen here.
Yeah, but
the main website it's showing you other stuff.
Huh.
Not that.
All right, maybe I should go in that with the not that type of mindset. Let's see if I get different content.
You know what's wild about OnlyFans too is that like there are people who are willing to pay when a lot of this stuff, not that I have any experience, guys, is that you actually log into these other like actual websites will give you the content for free.
Oh yeah.
And like. So, but like people go further beyond,
it's
and
who?
But it's
desire,
yeah.
Right?
It's
It's that one person or that one thing that they just want.
I would like to see her in a certain color thing.
Yeah, or him.
Yeah. But.
Well, yeah, like I said, OnlyFans, it's funny. It's not just for lewds, but I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it's gonna really ever not be known for that. I find it weird that people have, for the people who are still using OnlyFans specifically, where there's a word like Patreon or something else where you can, subscribe to them and kind of do the same thing. The people who are doing like Craftsman Fitness tools, I wonder what is their logic with keeping that OnlyFans account now that it's got an image. It's got a brand or
I don't know.
That might give some curiosity.
I'm just curious. Like I said, if you were like,
they're like, okay, what are they doing there?
Like
it's
Milwaukee
OnlyFans.
Tools has an OnlyFans account. Like and again, they're doing like, oh, here's a subscription for like how to fix your tools or how to stuff like that. But again, you probably can't imagine Milwaukee Tools having an OnlyFans account or like higher brand, like anything that's not now lewds or nudes, and yet there's still those type of content on that platform. I just find that interesting that I'm like, if I were them, I would have gotten a Patreon or something else that just doesn't have that just image. Just kind of like, all right, well, I want a small business. I want to make children books. I probably should stop and doing it on OnlyFans. It's just like, it's like, I have no inappropriate content on OnlyFans. It's just for my fans, for the fans, OnlyFans. Which is, again, I was like, oh my gosh. It's funny how we can take a good idea and taint it. Good concept. But yeah, that was funny. OnlyFans. So, gonna start one for my, for my socks collection. I'm just gonna start up. I don't have many socks. They're all black, but now I'm gonna buy every color and just post them. Just so I can tell people I have an OnlyFans account. Be like, I was like, yeah, it's a foot thing.
I find that as like wild, like how people make accounts for like just things, them opening things up, random things up. Just they only show their hands, and I'm like, that seems very interesting to want to subscribe to that, just to see.
And it's always quiet too.
Yeah.
You just hear the sounds of like the tape ripping, the box opening.
I ruined my hands, but at one point a few years ago, I was told by multiple women for whatever reason, and this is what I know it's just like apparently a thing. I had pretty hands. It was,
good
again,
for you.
I guess, I was like, okay, thank you. It's like that weird compliment, like, oh, you have nice shoulders. Oh, well.
That's a badass compliment.
I don't know. I'm just like, oh, I was like, I like the shape of your face. It's just okay.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you. It's not like something I worked on, but yeah, that's what I was like. Oh well, I was always laughing. I'm like, if I were to start OnlyFans, the only thing I know people apparently liked was my hands, and I was just like, what'd I do? My hands holding an apple, holding this water bottle. Oh, like it's so dumb.
Doing your daily activities.
Dude, it's just like look at a point. I just have a GoPro.
Washing the dishes.
GoPro on my forearm, just like looking at my hand. Dude, that would be so weirdly satisfying to see like probably a day in the life of somebody's like hands.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hold on. The only downside is if they go to the bathroom. I hope they cut that content. But no, they see the whole thing.
It's on OnlyFans. You get the whole thing.
It's only you're right. It's OnlyFans like, hey, this is what y'all stopped in for. It's a 24-hour video. Hour 3 and fucking 7, you get dicks.
Right. What do they call it? Like when they fucking like put they timestamp it or whatever. They put a timestamp.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that would be a timestamp thing for sure. You have to go like, all right, if you want to see the good part, get to. If you want to see hairy ass, go to hour 12.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, I took a shower. I was dirty. Go see.
You guys are going real deep into this.
Dude, it's a legitimate business idea.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Damn you for shaming me.
Yeah.
No shame, man.
You be on the lookout.
You do you.
Yeah. That's it. Gotta feed my animals. I'd like to also take this little segue, or not segue, a little side. Well, either way, I got the attention. I want to thank Bressy's wife. She was nice enough to bring Bressy here, and she also delivered pancakes. Not only pancakes, but they're chocolate chip pancakes. I haven't had one myself yet, but Chido said they were amazing.
They're good.
So yes, I gotta have some. And she also brought syrup too. That's actually interesting because
I haven't had pancakes
Yeah.
in like 7 years, dude.
Yeah, she makes them pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I don't.
Is this something that I'm never like?
No.
I want some pancakes.
Dude, I've been craving pancakes recently for weeks. That's my one
I'm
thing.
the same. When we go to IHOP, like I don't want any pancakes. I usually get something else, but like IHOP is known for pancakes.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah. Would you get like waffles instead or nothing? Nothing like that requires like syrup or that.
That seems like a lot of, I don't know, is maybe too much sugar or.
Hell yeah, it is.
Right?
Okay, I'm
Something
not
like
denying.
that.
Look, I'm not denying there's too much sugar, but I mean.
But it's too much. Like it doesn't make it taste good. Like it's just it overpowers.
And then you fucking douse it in syrup.
Oh, dude, I bury
Yeah,
that.
like
Dude, I bury that
dummy
bitch.
it down maybe.
I drown it.
Like a chocolate chip or like some nice like strawberries.
Yeah, strawberries. I've learned to like fruit a lot more. I
feel
get.
So yeah, like having once in a while, but like not that type of person that likes to have it a lot.
No.
Dude, I had it. Somebody gave me a mix, and I found out how easy it was to make pancakes. I had it like every day for a week.
No.
I had it I can tell you, it is not good for your stomach, but it is delicious as fuck.
In the moment.
Yeah, this one time I made a high protein pancake.
Oh my god,
meal.
this is like a shitstorm.
Oh man.
No, I followed it. It was a lot of grams. It was a lot of carbs, and I ate the whole thing. It was probably almost my daily intake, like at the time. And it was a lot, but anyways.
The fuck? I want to see. Imagine like a dumbbell
I
pancake.
don't think it was that bad. But
Like
after I was done with it, I think it had like 75 grams or so, maybe
of protein.
80 around there.
That's not bad actually.
Around there. But the carbs was a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I added up too much oatmeal because it has mixed with oatmeal, and I crashed. I fell asleep for like the whole day.
I bet you did.
Dude, yeah. You must say
You got shut down.
I must say it.
Dude, remember that protein you gave me? You gave me some really good protein, bro.
Oh my god! Yeah, so every once in a while I get a discount. I get something and I'm able to buy whatever. I get it and I give it to him usually. He texted me the following day because I gave him some protein powder and I asked him how it was. And he just like he prefaced it like he texted me, he's like, I'm taking a fat shit or something. And I just stopped and I couldn't stop laughing because I could just picture, because like, I think he said it was a lot of protein at the time, I think, per scoop.
Yeah.
And if you're not used to
it
that,
was 4 scoops of like the full fucking thing. But they make you eat like or drink this big ass shake too. Like it's not just like beer and then like 16 ounces of water. No, it was like strawberries, bananas, and it was other stuff.
it was a meal replacement.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It was a meal
okay.
replacement.
See, I can't do those meal replacements because I gotta have a meal.
Well, I needed to lose weight fast,
Oh.
so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing meal replacements."
Oh, yep. If you have a goal, then that's what
I had a goal to get back on track.
Yeah.
And I ate it, and man, I was shitting logs. Dude, it was bad. It was bad.
Wow.
It was good. Did you
Good.
give
I
me
mean,
your
hope
goal?
it-
They're healthy ass
hope-
shits.
hope it all worked.
I'll tell you that much.
Hope it all worked out.
Healthy shits are good shits.
So yeah, so
Yes.
pancakes, yes, shit
Yeah.
pancakes apparently.
Was it funny? One of my friends backstage is funny. Meme was like, "Oh, how do you start? The start of every good day is to start, or every good day should start with a good dump." And it was on a showed on a dump truck. And I was like,
That's a funny meme.
I was laughing. I was like, you know what? That's true. Like I was like, I could say that for sure. I'm an adult who has to use the bathroom every morning.
Speaking of memes, one of the funniest ones I recently saw was he says they advise you if you get up early in the morning to go for a long run, your day won't get any worse. And that one had me laughing so hard.
That's true.
It's so fucking stupid. Dude, I love the logic though. You start off your day shitty.
Yeah, nothing inside it.
See, to me, that's like a day without pancakes. So this is gonna be a good day because now I have pancakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I've been surviving my training every day. I have pancakes. So let's start off like shit. Yeah. Oh man. Dude, so I really want you guys to see the Doctor Strange movie, but I know you won't just because it's not. I don't feel like it's on either one of your radar at all. However, have you guys ever seen Evil Dead?
Yeah, I saw the original one.
Yep. So have you seen the original
Yep.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
What did you guys think of that?
Man, when I was younger, it was kind of scary but entertaining.
So you enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it. You can say that.
Okay. So Sam Raimi is the director of that. He also directed Strange.
Okay.
So, if you see Evil Dead and the sequels to that, and pretty much everything is filmography, you can tell the
Are you
signature.
giving spoilers?
No. This is about the background of the director. So I'm not gonna mention anything about spoilers at all in the movie. It's just more of a similarity. So pretty much you can see his signature on this entire movie of the Doctor Strange movie. Like all his filming techniques, all his unique stuff that he did, because he also did the first 3 Spider-Man.
Really?
He did the Tobey Maguire one. That was him. He did that. So that's why I laughed, because they did. If I rewatched, I felt like at one segment in the movie.
That's cool.
Yeah, so he came back finally. It's been like forever since he's done a superhero movie. So he did Strange. Dude, this movie was essentially Evil Dead meets Marvel. Like, they combined enough elements of horror in there into this movie that I was like, it's a little Constantine-y.
Okay.
Okay, I've seen that movie.
Like a little.
That's proper creep, dude.
It's just it was again. It's not completely like you're not gonna go like, oh, what did they do? They were dark as DC, but you can definitely tell Evil Dead. Yeah.
So when I saw Evil Dead the first time, it scared the hell out of me. One of the scariest scenes was when they trapped the demon in the basement or something like that, and that's all I remember.
Yeah.
But when I saw Army of Darkness, because that's the same guy, right?
Yeah.
It got a little bit more silly.
Yep. So
that helped me ease into it as I was when I was a little kid, because I was still scared of it when I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I can picture something like maybe I was at Army of Darkness, but not funny, like just dark still.
Yeah. It has a little bit of Evil Dead in there. You could, like, again, if you've seen Evil Dead and the way he thinks, he's always so good at, like, making women look creepy. Because he did that for Evil Dead. I think it was the sister in the first one, the first original Evil Dead. And then he did it in the reboot, too, which I also love the reboot.
There's a reboot?
There was a reboot of the first Evil Dead. I think it was either the same person, but they did that one actually pretty good. And that one scared the fuck out of me more.
When was that one?
It came out like 2013. You should check that out then. You can tell, like I said, it's like almost New cast, almost same concept, but they do twist a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And they never continued the major sequence of it.
You know, I was pretty excited about that one actually.
I liked it.
The commercial was awesome for it.
It was still as good.
It looked really
Dude,
dark.
that's a good one. I'd absolutely recommend it. I don't know if Sam Raimi directed that one again, but I know.
Yeah,
it was just,
damn. Thanks. I forgot about that
That was
one.
a good movie. It was a good movie. I was like, okay, let's see. They're probably gonna fuck it up because the first one, granted, it was like the 70s, and that was his like first project. So that's why, again, for how much people loved it, he did that one that is like freshest fresh.
Yeah, that latest one though, they had some creepy scenes too.
Oh yeah, and they, like I said, you can tell that they took like that element in the Strange movie, and that's what I liked. But the thing is this: if you don't like Sam Raimi's that type of stuff, which a lot of people don't, yeah, you're not gonna like this movie. Which I can understand. Our cousin Jonathan didn't like it. He didn't like the movie at all. And I know somebody else who gave it like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's all I've been hearing. I haven't been hearing like. And I stopped listening to people's reviews. Like, to be honest with you, some of them I think are really good movies.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going into it. I think I'm gonna enjoy it still.
Yeah, like I said, it's entertaining, and the thing is, it packed a lot of story. I noticed actually, if I'm thinking really in depth from the beginning to the end, it did not get to the conclusion I thought it would. Or I mean, I guess it kind of did, but there was just so much substance in that, and it also didn't feel very long, like Batman long. It wasn't 3 hours. I think it's only 120 some minutes, so it's like, what, 2 hours? So not the worst, but yeah, it packed a lot of stories. Granted, there is flaws in the movie as far as what I could see. This is not plot spoiling, but some CGI to me looked a little. I just noticed it a little too much. And the only reason I say it was a little weird is because, again, Marvel's already put a high bar of cinematic or CGI anyways. So again, that's kind of why I compare it. So it just felt a little lacking at some points, and some of the narrative, at times, at least the writing for like people's lines or stuff felt a little cheese for me on some things. But then overall, like I said, I enjoyed the movie. I give it maybe 7, 8. Like, I enjoyed it. I would probably actually buy this one because it actually scared me. I got a couple of jump scares. It also got away with being a little bit more graphic than I've seen Marvel be in a while.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of get scared more with video games and movies.
Oh, well, yeah, video games because you're actually taking control of it. Dude, you should play Resident Evil 7. It's a first-person one.
You should.
It's a first-person one, and that's why it's already weird. And you're a new character altogether, and the plot is just you're in, like, Louisiana, and it's fucking proper creepy.
Dead Space was creepy.
Oh, they're remaking that.
I saw that.
They are?
Yeah.
Is there a trailer?
Yep. There's a trailer of them working on it. There's a trailer of them working on it, and they pretty much they said that, like, all right, we're not gonna show you guys shit for a while, but let me just show you what we got.
You know, I think I'm just gonna be that type of person that games still. I'll just buy things that like I used to play in the past.
Bro, do it.
That's where I've been. I haven't bought anything new in a while.
Yeah. If you ever buy the new Xbox, you can play with the new Xbox.
Like,
you get a new console, every single Xbox game.
My nephew told me, Armand, that there's gonna be a new Resident Evil 4.
Yup.
Coming out, and now I'm super excited about that one.
Dude, they have Resident Evil 4 in VR now.
Yeah, I know. I want to play it so bad.
Dude, I played it. Yeah. I played it at my friend's house.
That's badass.
Dude, they made that game so much better. It didn't need to be like
good reviews.
They went so hard on that game.
That game was always good, man.
No, but they made it better.
They did it well. They blended it well. I haven't played it, but from what I hear and what I see,
dude, I can tell you the VR one, the one that just came out. They literally took the whole game, put it in VR, and built around that idea. And I was like, okay, it's like I thought it was like just a little. I thought it was gonna be like when we used to go to the bowling alley or the movie theater. You like. They walk like a rail shooter, where you just like you can just you can move, you can look around and just shoot, but like
they
you can't.
Released House of the Dead for all the consoles.
People have been like hit or miss on like whether they love that, and I'm like, yeah, I thought it was cool. I think that's a cool thing for people who grew up on that. Yeah, I was like, for the Switch, you use motion controller. I think that'd be cool. They better have motion controller.
Oh yeah, it is.
But yeah, with the VR for Resident Evil 4, dude. They made it completely the same story, just now they just made the controls all different. And the controls are really good on the Meta or Oculus or the Quest 2.
So to be meta.
Dude, you can look. Yeah, I was gonna say it's soon to be meta. You can literally you have to actually load the clip. Like they went extra detailed. I saw a person throw the knife in the air for some reason. Just throw it,
That
grab it, and then like stab somebody like John Wick style. I was like, what the fuck?
if VR did that, I would buy more of that content.
See, that's what's coming out.
You know,
there's more of it.
Because everything else, you're stationary and you can only move. You know, and like you just don't have what that looks like.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome if they did it for Dead Space, for example.
Yeah, they already have
Can
horror.
you imagine that?
They have horror games.
Can you
doing that.
imagine how scary that would be?
I would cry, bro.
Bro, I wanted
didn't
to
even finish the first one because I was so scared of it.
Dude, I haven't
Oh,
beat.
you
Yeah,
need
I
to
couldn't beat
finish
Dead
it.
Space
You
1.
need to finish it. Oh, you guys need to finish it.
Well, first it was scary as fuck, and then I remember it being. I remember my complaint as a kid was this game is so long.
It is
and
long.
It's a long
perfect,
game.
though.
But then I hear 2 was better, and I played 2 on PC, and I have it here. Up the graphics looks really great. My computer can like run it to looking beautiful, smooth. I remember playing the very beginning of that level, and they just do the atmosphere scare where you're just like walking in, you don't know what the fuck's going on, and then steam pipe. I was like, ah!
Oh my
You-
god.
you know-
I
Oh,
hated that
dude,
game.
I literally was recording myself live on like YouTube, and then I like squealed like a little bitch, and then fucking threw my control in the air. I was like, ah! I was like,
You know, oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, that fucking game pissed me off so many times
Oh,
with the jump
I remember.
scares.
Yeah.
I remember. You know when you're not scared of that game anymore is when you have everything powered up. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and you're just blasting. But that's the fun
Yeah.
part too.
that you're right.
You know, and like you can just go back and just like
Yup.
terminate everyone.
I did that for Resident Evil 8.
Yup,
Village.
Resident Evil 4
there's
too.
There's a new one that actually they made a new the sequel to the 7 I was telling you about. They made it a lot like Resident Evil 4. Like it literally feels like a spiritual successor. They have werewolves, vampires, all this stuff. Like and it looks like a village, kind of like Resident Evil 4 was. So they did it, and it was first person shooter. Everyone loved that game. I love that game. I have that game. I still.
8 or 7.
It's called 8.
Okay.
Oh, it's Village.
Oh yeah. I heard about that
So
one.
Village is essentially 8, but it's a sequel to 7's story. 7 just started a new story, like it's just Resident Evil 7, but none of the characters you know, but it's in the same world.
Okay.
And then 8 was a sequel to that, and 8 ended up being more actiony. But I love the atmosphere. You're fighting werewolves that terrify the shit out of you, and then once I got souped up, because it sucked it for a lot of it. Once I got souped up, I went back there and I was like, all right, who bit me last time? All right, was you, bitch? All right, and then just started blowing them. They gave me a dual-wielding lightsaber.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's literally a what the fuck.
That seems fun.
It was fun, because then afterwards I went back in the cave and I fought every fucking bitch that was in there. I was like, come on, bitch. Come on, bitch. And there's a tall lady that chases you around the castle. It's not very scary after you get used to it, but it's scary because it's scary at first because then the atmosphere. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that chick. But another funny thing is actually, speaking of which, when you get so good at a game that you're not scared anymore. For Resident Evil 4, when I first beat it in GameCube days, I had to start talking shit when you're in the castle, talking to like the priests when they're like "Detrás de ti, imbécil,"
Oh yeah.
or like I was like "Vaya acá," so I was like they're behind me. But I also, since I speak Spanish, every time they said "Detrás de ti," I'd always hit down B, turn around, and fucking blast them with a shotgun because they were literally there. But I had to
That's
start
right,
talking shit.
I remember doing the quick turnaround that had
Yep.
that option.
Yep. I couldn't play the game without talking shit
Hey.
though. My brother laughed at me.
Yeah, you remember Duke Nukem?
Oh,
I remember playing it at your house.
Yep, I was gonna say, is that your house too? You were the only one who had it.
What was the other one? There was another one for the N64. I want to say where he fought like lizard men.
Turok.
Turok.
Oh,
Yes.
You had Turok. Yeah,
Yeah,
back.
Turok.
Yeah, you're the one who had consoles. I think it was because of watching.
You had a lot of first person
Yep.
shooters.
Yep. You guys had
Hey,
Turok.
yeah,
you guys had.
I was into all that, but like those two games, like
You're so good.
they're really good.
Yeah.
Turok was
Duke
probably
Nukem.
my favorite, but Duke Nukem was awesome. You got the jetpack,
That game was
if you
hard.
remember that.
I remember always being in that one like theater where you could like blast the
Yeah.
shotgun.
That
blast
game
something,
was
and then-
inappropriate.
And that's what I said because
It
there
was
was like a.
so they
well-
showed a sex nudity.
Yeah. Because again, they yeah.
It was just different.
It was different. Like I said, Tropic Thunder. We were talking about that the other day. I'm like, yeah, stuff that was like made early.
Yep.
They can't make. I don't know if they could make Tropic Thunder again. But now I love Tropic Thunder. But Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface probably would not fly today. Even as like a joke of a role. Like I think there'd be so many like people with butthurt feelings about that. But I'm happy it was made, and it was a success when it was made back in like 2008 because that shit was fucking hilarious. We got Tom Cruise in a fat suit.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda is a coked up, fucking coked up actor who essentially was like the Eddie Murphy of characters in that world. He did like a fat family.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It was like the fatties or something.
So
Sorry.
Resident Evil 4, man, you need to get that or get it if it comes out. I'm gonna get it.
Dude, so it's the reboot. I'm gonna get it. If you ever actually want to play Resident Evil 4, good one, get Resident Evil 2 on the Xbox. It's a remake. They redid it, and they did it looking like Resident Evil 4, like better.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they redid the
Cool.
whole. So it plays a lot. Like people have loved that because it's also proper creepy. It looks beautiful, and it's got good action as far as shooting. So very much like Dead Space, kind of like sort of gameplay. And it's newer. They redid 2, and that's why people are excited about 4. Because if they did what they did with 2, people are gonna love what they're gonna do with 4. Because they took a game again, Resident Evil 2 back on PlayStation 1. Remember playing that at Avi's house?
Yeah.
Because like they said, that was like the camera was locked there, and you just moved down an alley. They did the whole.
Do you remember
shit? Yeah.
Perfect Dark?
They're trying to remake that too.
Yeah, they're trying to. They're having a lot of different.
Yeah, they are. But yeah, that was a great game. That one, same people made GoldenEye.
See, now we're talking about first-person shooter.
We're talking about old good games.
Yeah,
now,
but I mean, but like that's exactly what I used to gravitate towards. Was like I like open world a little bit. I liked it. I didn't have many of them, but I usually played a campaign or something in third person. That's what everything else. I think the only other one played which I enjoyed was Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
1.
The first one was nice.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I love that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got to play that one.
There's really nothing much else. Oh, Spider-Man 2.
Yup. Spider-Man 2.
I liked the Superman game when it came out.
First one? Oh, I love it too.
I enjoyed it. I like flying through everything super fast.
The one on Nintendo, I did have that one too.
That one was good too.
You know what's funny? They're actually
was
trying.
awesome.
The guy who made that game is down to remake it. Like he said it recently. Like he wants to remake that one.
I remember only seeing that like to rent it, and I wanted it so bad every time because I wanted to fly.
Dude, I was mad because if I got it on Nintendo 64, I could play the game, but the cutscenes weren't animated.
What the hell?
Yeah, they were like stills. So it would say the script, and then I didn't notice the difference until I saw somebody else who had it at their house, PlayStation or something. I was thinking, what the fuck? They're talking.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this shit? I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. And that's why I was upset. And I was like, oh.
At my house, we had I remember you having first-person shooters.
Yeah, Halo.
I remember you having
I like Mario Kart.
Yeah, you had like Mario Kart, Smash Bros.
Yo.
I don't know if you got the Mario Party games.
No, I didn't have that. That was Abby. That was Abby. That was Abby. Yeah.
At my house, we had more like the fighting game. We had a lot of fighting game, like sports games at my house.
Yup.
Because I had 3 brothers. So
Yup.
I remember when you introduced Dead or Alive 3 to me for the effort because you had the first
Didn't
Xbox.
we bring it to
and
Abby's house?
I was so jealous.
Didn't they bring it to Abby's house one day when they first got it?
To do System Link.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was.
I was like, I remember the very first day they brought. I think they said they just bought it. This is my memory. I'm a little kid. They just bought it. Everybody was here. Like this was all our cousins were there watching.
At Abby's house?
Yeah, in their living room. They plugged it in, and we were all taking turns playing Dead or Alive 3.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just, like, again, the whole living room was full of people playing this game.
I think I won.
Yeah.
I think I won.
I remember Bessie went on a rampage one time.
That might have been that. I was like, that might have been the day, but I just remember...
He went around like 3-4 times.
Dead or Alive will always have magic.
Yeah, everyone got pissed.
Everyone was getting mad.
Oh, then that was that, yeah.
Fair is fair.
Yeah, because then we were all complaining. I remember they were all saying, like, damn, that thing is as big as a VCR.
Well, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was. I don't know why we were at Abby's house.
Yeah, I remember now. It was in the living room. We were all kind of piled up in front of the TV and just.
Why was it Abby's house though? That was a curious.
Yeah, they had an Xbox, or he had a GameCube first, and he was the only one for a while to have the GameCube. So we went over here to play GameCube like Smash Bros. I think you got GameCube too.
No, I got a GameCube when it was lame to have a GameCube.
It's never lame to have a GameCube.
Well,
man.
I meant back then. It was like the new console.
Junior bought me one from a silver one.
That one was cool. Yep, that's the
cool.
yep.
And that's where I played Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube.
Dude, yeah, dude. Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful Joe, bro. I somebody would pick that game up, man.
You know what? I never played that one. I wanted to.
game.
I really
I just
did.
made a second
He's a
one.
pimp, right, or something.
He's a guy.
Oh, he's a
hops into
fighter. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like a superhero fighter.
Well,
That
he
game
hops
was
into a movie.
cool.
I think he hops into a movie, right? Like,
Wow,
hops into a
yeah,
movie.
that game was so
To
different.
save his girl or something. I don't know, but yeah.
The plot was very light, but the gameplay was really fun.
It was funny.
It was so dope, bro. That game was awesome.
Yeah, that one. What other game that I like?
Did you guys ever play Future Frenzy? The party
Fusion
game?
Frenzy?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you can play that right now.
Yeah,
on,
I know.
Game.
I
Bro,
saw it on Xbox.
that was Mario
Remember that
Party.
shit, dude?
Bro, that was Mario Party for the
Oh,
Xbox.
man.
That game still holds up.
I got something.
What do you got?
All right. So I haven't seen what's going on much as far as like what happened with Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah.
What
that's right.
happened with
Getting
Dave?
tackled?
He got something happened to him recently on stage.
He got tackled on
And I'm
stage with
hearing-
somebody.
He did? Is that?
Yeah, somebody got out of the crowd and like ran up to him and like tackled him.
Oh wow.
So
Out of nowhere, huh?
Mm-hmm.
that does bring up back to we were talking about this yesterday at your house. That does bring up like how the very first podcast we brought up the slap, and that's when we went over and realized how much we discovered. Really, the more important thing, how much Luigi Godinez hates Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
That was such a but Jim Carrey, back to his point, he called it. He called it. He said it was like it's gonna get people to now start thinking that they can go on top of stage if they don't like what they hear, and handle the matter.
Yeah. Apparently, this dude just ran up on stage. He's got a interview where he explains why he did it. I haven't watched it.
See, now he's got 15 minutes. He's got 15 minutes of fame.
Exactly, and I'm just like.
He's gonna make a rap album next, I bet. Like, or he's gonna like do something on whatever, like Catch Me Outside.
Country music.
Like on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like Catch Me Outside. But the thing is, like, dude, it did it, and this is just. I really wonder now as how big this is going to make Will Smith feel. Like, I wonder if this thing where he's seeing other people get now attacking the comedians. I wonder if this is making him think any differently. I mean, he's already apologized, so he can't do much. He can't take back what he did.
You know,
I'm just wondering how much this is still weighing on his conscience, if it is at all.
It was kind of funny. Back to the Dave Chappelle getting tackled.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, Chris Rock was there.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a small clip. There's YouTube shorts like where it's just like a quick 10 seconds, whatever. Well, yeah. So it showed this guy running on stage and tackling Dave Chappelle, and then Chris Rock comes out of nowhere and like hugs Dave Chappelle and like grabs the mic. He's like, "Was that Will Smith?" Yeah.
Wow.
No.
And he said it like laughing like a joke. He said it like a joke.
Dude, Chris Rock has suddenly become the star of 2022.
I don't know about that, but like
I don't know.
he's like
Well, you're
not
right,
in the
you're
limelight.
right. But I mean, he's got it, and
He's back. He's back to being not to discredit the man. You know, the guy's he's a comedic genius. That guy.
Yeah.
But like he's spinning it in a way that that he's making the best of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's making a good situation. He's making he's doing good out of a bad situation.
I mean, what can you do? Like
Exactly.
his thing. He's a comedian. He laughs. He makes people laugh. You know, that's powerful too.
So you can't take things.
Yeah.
He's a comedian. They don't take things as seriously, but they can get serious. And I guess he's mastered it better than Will Smith. Let's leave it at that.
Well, I haven't heard much about that guy, and I mean, it was nice to see Craig. It was not to throw a jab at Will Smith, but it was nice to see Chris Rock have one a win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hadn't heard much about him, but I always
Me
hear
neither.
about Will Smith. Oh, he's got a new movie. Oh, he's winning an Oscar. Oh, him and Jada. Like, there's always something. Oh, Jada Pinkett Smith's son, Jaden. Oh, Willow. Like,
I don't know anything about
Yeah,
that.
I just hear I always see a thing about one of the family members at this point that it's always just pop they're like a Kardashian family at this point to me.
All right, Chito, what do you think?
I like it.
Oh, so we're talking about actually, that's another thing we gotta thank. So Presi's wife Nicole, thank you again. She made us a little lovely poster, and I'll probably make as a thumbnail for this one. So I didn't tell her though that we had spelled house. Well, I decided to spell house Haus. So she actually spelled roundhouse on there, but she made a sketch of all of us on there with a microphone at the top. It's really cool. I like it. I'll probably try to have to put a text over who's who on top of each person, just because
Yeah,
the internet will not know who we are.
Maybe they can figure it out.
Yeah, you know what? I'll
Yeah.
have you guys guess, because if you guys want to guess who's who, the category or the names is Christian Cruz.
You know what's amazing? We all have
Yeah.
this matching eyes. We all have the same eyes.
Not this guy.
Not that guy. No, he's not this guy.
Who's this? We all got the same.
Yeah, everyone looks like they just crawled out of bed,
I'm looking at Ricci.
which is legit.
Ricci Godinez.
Yeah, that's pretty much
It's
true.
funny. But yeah, so the names would be
We look
Christian?
handsome, actually.
Christian, Pressy, or you can spell Percy, Chito, and Ricci, which Ruyyi. That's spelled uniquely. Those are the names. Guess who's who on there in the comments if you care. But it's funny because we pretty much knew everybody on there except for two people. There's two of them that look similar to one another, and we could almost not guess who was who.
Yeah.
It was Chito and Pressy, but I guessed it. So did Chito. Apparently, Pressy was the only one confused.
I was.
To me, I'm just looking at it again.
But I figured it out quick, though, you know.
Yeah.
I do like your stash, though. Yeah, you look like I don't know. You remind me of something out of Zorro. It's like,
I do have a cool stash.
You do?
What are you talking about?
I was like, I like it. I like it. The one without any facial hair. He looks like something out of Family Guy.
Yeah, he looks
I like it.
really good.
Is that his Adam's apple right there?
He's real chiseled.
Yeah,
He is.
He is. He's quite chiselness. He probably
Well,
is.
he's beautiful then, I guess.
Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, that's a nice little thing. Thank you again, Nicole, from all of us. Thank you for the pancakes. Thank you for the poster. It's really sweet. It's kind of nice. Hope you guys like it. She worked really hard on this. She's a good artist. At least better than me. I don't know about the other two here. Because you can't drop shit.
I can doodle. I can doodle pretty good, man.
See, that's why I say
remember
stuff.
Being younger, like we used to doodle a
Just
lot.
doodles, you know, like.
Doodle.
Doodling dudes.
Fine. What do you want?
Hey, you raise like this.
You guys have a challenge next week? Show up with the best doodle. All right. Big or small, it'll be good. We'll judge it.
All right.
So
Next week.
this one time, I don't know what you call it, where you like you grab like a notebook and you start drawing a bunch of stick figures and you release the pages.
Yeah.
I did that for school.
I did that once when I was bored, and I drew a stick figure just standing nowhere in the corner, and just staring at you, and then there's a dot. I draw bigger and bigger and bigger, with each page. It's a comment. I get him. He just gets destroyed.
What is it?
You can say, ah.
Dude, those are amazing. I had to do that for when I was in animation.
I forget what that's called though.
I forgot what it's called too. I think it's like still shot. No, it's not still shots.
Um,
But yeah. So where you had to draw. I had to draw like a sack boy or like a sack moving. Yeah, ball sack. But
whoa, man. I didn't say that.
you were similar in your nuts, and I was like, yes, ball sack. But yeah, what is it? I had to do that, and I remember I drew him dropping, but the animation of when he dropped, it didn't do like the Disney like buoyancy thing, so that's where I like failed on that. But yeah, that shit was tough. I remember seeing those old videos on YouTube where the guy would like draw like a Goku versus Frieza thing, and he
Yeah.
would do those drawings where he like flip the book, and he like I drew like 6,000 pages, and then he just like flips it, and it's a whole goddamn episode right there and there. I'm like, holy shit.
That's a lot of dedication.
Yeah, but honestly, those are fucking dope.
Yeah.
Those are so fucking cool, and I'm like, that's just still. I'm like, I feel bad for your hands.
What do you guys know about what's going on with Johnny Depp and
Johnny
Amber
Depp? I know very little, and at this point, I'm
Same.
sort of annoyed that it's still not over because I'm over hearing about it.
Yeah,
Right.
I know nothing.
I know nothing. I'm like, haven't we
Same.
already dubbed her Cruella de Vil of like?
Somebody told me that she took a shit on his bed.
Yeah, I keep hearing that one. She took a shit
I
on her
heard
bed.
that.
Should I believe that? I don't know.
Shit.
It's wild enough, maybe.
I heard that she decked him like twice, like one,
Wow.
one with the right, one with the left.
her Elon Musk and her had a threesome that Elon Musk denies.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They were definitely a thing. Elon Musk definitely fucked Amber Heard. He definitely fucked her. But I mean, at this point, I wouldn't like. What does that matter? I don't care. And also, I used to think she was hot before all this, but now,
Who the hell she was before all this?
like
Me neither.
before all this, I knew she was like one or
I don't
two
know who she
things.
is.
And then I thought she was hot and attractive. Like, oh, good for you, Johnny Depp. You have a good wife. You have a hot wife. But then,
She was so much younger than him, right?
yeah, she's like 20.
So right now that's going on, and
yeah,
that's kind of like one of the big things to talk about right now, you know. But like, it's funny because like I don't know anything about it, and it's crazy. Like when you turn off all this sound, it's just a regular Sunday, you know. Like I'm just saying, like you don't give too much attention to it, you hardly don't really hear about it then.
No.
Like.
Internet gives it strength. That's pretty much it. It's just it's in like Virginia.
You know what's crazy? Now that I think about it, I turned on my TV the other day. And I have a Vizio like smart TV, and it's got like a hub or whatever, you know, like a desktop, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It just like it shows you all the apps or like things you can watch.
Yeah. UI interface.
Yeah, exactly. So I turned on my TV and like the fucking Johnny Depp Amber faces right there. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's super trendy now.
On Core TV, I'm like, I don't want to watch that. I want to like hear about it.
Yeah, it's the new Will Smith laugh.
Yeah.
It's honestly just the new celebrity thingy. Like, but if I have an opinion on it, which I guess I kind of do, I am over it. Like I'm so over hearing about it that I don't care it to be on any of my feeds, because I keep hearing, oh, Johnny Depp got a victory. Oh, Amber Heard won. Oh, Johnny Depp lost. Oh, Amber Heard got new incriminating footage on her. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, there are memes coming out of it.
Yeah, all the memes. I mean, those are gold. The memes are fine. I'm fine with, because I saw one with Christian Bale's American Psycho character. Like, looked like he said something like, "Hey, dude, what you was like, gotta treat a woman or something right," and then Johnny Depp's character and like I think something like Secret Window. I don't know. One of his roles, and he just wrote, "She took a shit on my bed," and then he was like this, like, I was like, "I got an axe you can borrow." Or something stupid, or something like those little dumb things where I'm like, all right, those I'm fine with, because it's hilarious, but I am so over it. Like I want Johnny Depp to win because he seems like he's a good person, and based on what I know, and again I could be wrong, Amber Heard seems like a total witch, like just evil person, very evil, but I am so over the entirety of that. For years at this point, it's been going on. Like I'm sure I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Less than they are.
I don't know much about it myself. Just what I see here and there. That's pretty much the narrative that they're giving those two. You know, you do have camps. I saw a video that was rooting for Johnny Depp by roasting Amber Heard, and it was
He was roasting her?
No, the fans, I think.
Oh.
the video the
Whoever made the video.
correct. Yeah,
Okay.
he was just roasting her, and like he's like, you know, doing still shots, you know, like all that stuff. But I was just like, to make this into something that's like, it's like it's what they always do now with Kanye West and Pete Davidson.
Oh yeah, that's
you know, they do Megan Fox and Machine Gun, all that stuff. You
There's
know,
YouTube channels that are dedicated just to that. Like that's their content. So technically, some people make that their career.
Yeah.
The paparazzi thing. Yeah, the whole like, oh god, I never want to be a celebrity. Never. Like having to go outside of a fucking IHOP and all of a sudden, flash. Like you can't even get to your car without fucking seeing light.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. That'd be a crazy lifestyle.
well, you know, it's really weird over there. You know, there's a lot of things.
Yeah, just don't live in LA.
But you know, maybe they all practice. I don't know. It's crazy. You know, it's a completely different lifestyle.
It has to be.
That's why I think people who have been in that lifestyle for a while, like, I'm not justifying some celebrities, you know, actions, but I think that it changes people when you go to that, because most of them were raised normal.
I just hope that they're happy, you know, in the end.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. I mean, more like, again, I was gonna come back to like.
Especially the father.
I hope that they're happy. I hope that they're wise. I hope that
I really do. I hope they.
I got good credit.
I hope they all do good.
All
if they're
do
kind.
good. Just take it one step at a
So
time.
yeah, with the whole Amber Heard, all that stuff, I guess we'll find out what happens eventually, whether we look for it or not. It's
when
gonna,
I'm
we're
married,
gonna be told.
too.
Someone's gonna tell us, you know.
Dude, if I'm still hearing about this when I'm single, far as fuck away from being married. But if I finally get married and I'm still hearing about this shit, I'll be upset. Like I said, I'm far the fuck away from that. So I hope this thing gets resolved, like at least to the point where I don't gotta see it on my YouTube feed.
Yeah, I hope they figure it out soon.
Yeah, cause it's like I never wanted something to get resolved so much so I can stop hearing about it more than this.
But you know, it creates clicks. It creates a lot of
Like I
things.
said,
You know, a lot of
we
things
let
in
rich
motion.
people. We allow rich people to not have to be intelligent anymore, or we enable idiots to essentially rule the world at all.
You know, but I wouldn't call them that. I disagree. I think there are people out there who are just like innovating themselves. They're hustling or you know.
It's true. Okay,
They're making money. You know, like they're doing their thing. They make more money than, you know, probably like most people.
The idiots lose the money.
Yeah, but no, it's also okay. I'll take it back, idiots. Because the thing is, we're also just promoting bad behavior, and that's the one thing that's really the downside. It's not that they can't make money. Nobody wants them not to be a success, but they're promoting bad behavior, and we're enabling it. So essentially, it's the brat in the aisleway, bawling his eyes out. I want this toy. I don't care, mommy. I want this toy. I don't fucking care. I like being a complete and utter brat, and the parent caves in. Like that's essentially what it sounds like we're enabling for content creators who don't seem to have a moral standpoint at times. Like it's just, again, we're enabling the jerks, the jocks, sometimes the just ignorant people to become the role models, because we're giving them support, we're giving them a platform, whether or not they're on Twitter or social media. We're just giving them the pretty much the strength to influence thousands of more.
And that's something that you recognize. I'm sure you recognize as well. I recognize that. You know, who does feel that way though? Like, you think about it, there are people who don't grow up with like certain influences in their life, and they find this. You know, they attach themselves to this life. You know, like it's crazy what. But like there are times too where I feel like there are people who actually take advantage of it, and like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, they might not live the best life already, and they're like, this is at least getting me paid. You know, if they're getting paid.
Make the best of any situation you're in.
You know, there's, you know, because I'm sure there are people, you know, kind people doing this too. Like, you know, I can't imagine all of them being like,
no,
rude,
they're just the
mean,
ones who get the
anything like
attention.
that.
That's the one thing.
That's why I said, like, it's easy to get. I feel like it's easy to put yourself on the map, but like I feel like the ones who aren't really responsible and educated enough, they won't remain, you know, popular or.
Are you saying?
Wealthy for a while.
Are you saying as far as like knowing the system in which they work in?
Because like I feel like, you know, if they weren't raised, not, you know, everyone can interpret it their own way. If they weren't raised right, for me that means like being educated, what to do with your finances and who you hang around with. Like if they're not educated with that, like they could make this money quick and fall down the wrong road where they're not saving money or they're abusing it because they think they got this money when they actually don't have that, when they still got paid.
Yeah, they're not good with their finances, essentially. Yeah, they have that for the
It's happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, they teach that for the NFL, like new people too.
Artists that like they'll you know, they'll make a quick song and then what the fuck, where they go?
Yeah, NFL people, I think when they actually make it into the NFL, they teach you. I think they teach you like a class, like, hey, this is what how you should spend your money, because apparently it's just been a big thing where, again, the big ass suits, the cars, the women, the nights out, and then bam, they're broke. So now they've blown it away. Essentially like a lottery winner blowing it away, and I'm like, so.
You know, speaking of even that type of training, they even take like social media training. You know, they take like
Oh,
you know,
that makes sense.
You know, they're trained in the way to be on public, to give interviews. You know, can you imagine like?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if you imagine soccer players, like they always give an interview and like they get asked tough questions and they gotta come up with a good answer.
Dude, you still haven't seen Ted Lasso?
No.
So that again at the end of every game or every episode, they always like have a stage where this is how I realized. I'm pretty sure it's a thing for you guys, but this is how I knew. It's like it feels very authentic. The main character, he has to go in front of the stage right away, and they're bombarded by like reporters, and one of them's like, "Hey, so you're literally from Texas. You don't know shit about like soccer. What the fuck are you even doing here?" To his face, and the guy's like, "Well, that's a good question. That's a real good question. You know what? It's a question you all been thinking about. I'm pretty sure I got an answer for you." Like he's like that. I'm like, so they ask him the hot ass questions, like, and be rude. This guy's like a fucking living Winnie the Pooh, and it's hilarious because again, they're just straight up dicks to him, and it's such a good show. But I realized like, oh, he's probably this guy's scripted, so that's the audio, that's the training. But yeah, seeing the hot pressure in that show is just simulating what they do in real life. Yeah, it makes sense that soccer players, athletes need to be, trained for like essentially a presence. Because again, if you just talk the way you are with your buddies,
most people won't take you serious probably.
Yeah.
And you might get attacked like.
It's just like even if it's like something you're not even, it's not that big a deal, but because you said it, and now like someone can flip it in a certain way. Oh, he said he hates black people.
No, but
he disliked this person, and they happen. Oh my god.
I think about it like it also like if you're in competition and you just had a bad result, someone asks you these tough questions, and then you make it seem like you're cracking under pressure. You know, you still want to like it's a strategic too. You know, in a competition. I don't know how it is really with anything else, but it would be so much more of a letdown if they give a bad answer. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could just point your fan base.
Okay, I can see.
So they have to have this training too, and like they, you know, I'm sure in the locker room they're like whatever. They're like,
yeah, like
damn it.
Yeah. But
no.
It's. Dude, you know what's funny? There's the show Letterkenny that I got Jonathan to watch. At one point, they're hockey player jocks. In one of the seasons they do well, and they're like, oh, so you guys are actually doing well. So a news reporter cast goes to them. They're so hilarious. They're like, all right, so what do you guys want to do today? Oh, you know, it's a real mind game out there. You know, we're gonna do our best. You know, we're a power play. We're gonna take one for the teams. You know, we're gonna make sure that no man's standing. Yeah, we're gonna beat every nail that's sticking out of the ground. Like just spitting out all this stupid stuff. Like, yeah, we're gonna take a quarter mile at a time. It's like, all right, we're gonna make sure we got, you know, it's all about, you know, being part of the team, not, you know, a superstar, but it's not just like all this stuff. Like, all right, so it's so stupid. And every time they have like a microphone thing, they're like, yeah, they always talk like that. But yeah, it makes sense. Social media training, like, shit. When I was studying PR, public relationships, you gotta do that too. Like, you can lose a brand deal and cost millions. You can just from one bad tweet.
And to be honest with you, what I wish was taught more in schools was like the ability and the skill to be able to talk to people. You know, talk to a future employee for an interview. You know, over time you sharpen this tool. But can you imagine if you would have gone into the workforce, you know, with the things you know now, you know, them telling you that at that age, you'd have a little bit more awareness of like your self-worth, you know, your time, all that stuff.
What do you want to get into?
Yeah, you know.
I think it should. I think it's been long overdue. We've been using just a tradition that I feel like that's just like it's a good base point, but because the base has changed, it's like the bare minimum wage that's changed over time. So I think that our education system also needs to be changed also to match the current times too, because sometimes the lessons that we're teaching them back in the 70s were good for the 70s, but now it's a whole different world out there. Your graduation, here's your diploma, fucking figure it out. Like, it's always the same thing, but I think it just needs to be refined a bit more. And it might be. We've literally been out of school forever, so it literally could already have that changes.
Fair enough, but I do feel like I hope they're doing it. Like they're showing that like learning a trade is also that's so good too. Learn
It's
learn
tough
multiple.
Though, it's just also with the education system. The main downside is that it's having a hard time finding.
You don't need the
teachers.
education system. You just need someone. You need to find someone, and you need to just. It takes time, you know. Like it's.
You got a whole building full of kids.
Huh?
Like if you're thinking about it, like.
No, what I'm saying is that like going into like a college, like a college. There are 2-year programs to learn a trade.
Yeah.
And you're good at, you're really good. You have a huge step.
They should give you an option. Like I said,
Like, here's a 2-year
they
program.
should separate, honestly, like the kids who are more.
You know, people do IT.
Yeah.
You know, they do
shit,
plumbing,
like,
electrical,
so,
all
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah, they-
send them that way.
It's
At a
always
younger age,
And
essentially.
the kids who aren't into that stuff, like, well, what do you like? Well, I like cars. Okay, well, let's send you down this way.
Oh, but like doing that at the younger age instead of like having them choose
High
that as,
school, bro.
yeah, like
Right.
high school.
Right.
Because again,
See, what it could
college,
have.
this sounds like college stuff, but you're saying essentially do this in high school.
What it could even be is that like.
that.
What it could even be is that like maybe it's just something as like a safety net too. Like if you don't like it, it's something worth having.
Oh,
You know, can you imagine,
Well,
like-
you switch and
Yeah.
like, all right, you know
it's
what?
also easier
Like
to take
like
this
an
kind of stuff.
electrician.
Yeah.
Who knows if they like it?
Yeah.
But
And if they
it's
don't,
really
they're still
good to
young.
know that
They
trade.
can switch to like plumbing or like
Mhm.
just okay. So I feel like it's smarter to do that type of stuff again when you're older and you're like, all right, I want to be a plumber, so you got to take these courses and stuff. But to do it at a younger age, so that way they have more opportunities to kind of really figure it out. Whereas they're older, now they have to figure something out because they got to pay bills most likely, and then they got to figure out this like career path. So if they're younger, they have more leeway to like experiment. All right, babe, I would like cars. You took a semester working in the cars, this program. It's not for me. Okay, electrician. Hey, it turns out I like it. Now by my junior year, I'm doing electrician work. You know,
All along, building up your resume, you know,
Yeah,
building
yeah,
up your
that sounds-
confidence.
that sounds ballers.
About financials.
That sounds
That would
ballers.
come.
as
That,
hell,
that's
bro.
gotta come with,
The
yeah.
stock market, like, all that shit.
Yeah.
But-
and now Bitcoin and like,
Just-
you know, all that currency, like they should just.
Dude, it's really sad that I could go back to school right now just to like learn all this shit. That's like this would be. If they had this, it made me excited to go back in time and go back to school. Because then yeah, I would.
Yeah, before it was marketed, go to university, you know.
Go to school. Well, that comes with our parents.
Mhm.
You know, right? And
That's
good
what
if you liked it, and if you got it, awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
I told my dad the same thing. I'm like, he's like, oh, he brought it up recently. Like, oh, when I was your age, I was like, if I was in your shoes right now, I'd be like, I'd do this. And I was like, you know what? You don't know what you would do. I'm like, your old school logic now at this point, your philosophy of life is based on traditions of like a fucking dying age at this point. Unfortunately, it's not the same. I'm like, right now, in my time frame, when at my age, you had already probably had 2 kids. You're considered almost damn near like, all right, maybe you
Are you
should
talking
have-
about your dad?
yeah, my dad. Like he had already had like 2 kids when he was like 29, and so I'm like, as far as now, that's kind of looked like okay, maybe you maybe had a little too many kids at a young age. But I mean, it's also could be a choice. The thing is, that's just bills. That's work. You just guarantee yourself work. You don't give yourself an opportunity to grow now for sure. Because now you got to nurture something. You already, like I said,
You limited.
yeah, you've already limited yourself. So I told him like, so at this point in my eyes, as far as you and me looking, you'd be kind of on the low end. But I mean, good for you. That was your path. You can't say if you were to do that now, because if you and I flipped and you had the education I had, you probably wouldn't be doing what you were doing.
I disagree. I'm just kidding.
I was like, and he just realized like, yeah, you wouldn't do what I'm doing. Like, you would actually be struggling with the new way of education, of like systems, the way people talk now, social media. You'd be dealing with all this stuff. And
your parents mess with social media?
no, my dad barely uses YouTube.
My mom likes Facebook. So
Facebook
it's
is-
funny to see her like talking
Yeah.
about certain things.
It is funny. I'm so happy my parents are like ignorant on that because I'm like, man, I don't want to do
Yeah,
that.
like she'll text me and she can send me photos. She
Yeah,
can
my
video
mom
chat.
is. I think she's able to just view a couple things. I don't know. She doesn't do anything else.
She doesn't want to. My mom doesn't want. Not your mom. My mom doesn't want to learn the phones. We gave her like 2 phones, both of them iPhones, and then they ended up going to like other people. Just can't. I just can't. They just don't want it. It's just,
They don't care for that.
but the thing is, then she also says like, "Oh, somebody teach me the computer." And I was like, "Girl," I was like, "This is a computer. Just use it. Like, it's fine."
Just teach her.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, that's why I laughed. Like, my parents and my mom's at least acknowledged it. I'm like, because she told my dad that too. I was like, dude, you can't say that because it's different times. The issues are different now because now they have to worry about like, yes, more of like racism and more like how sensitive it is. It's changed from when they were younger too. Like even that's changed, and they've had to adapt to that. And it's harder for older people to sometimes not like. Not saying every older person's racist, but like they have like certain like toxic stigmas. Like when I was younger, it's unfortunate in the neighborhood. It was always like, oh, you see a black person, you watch out. But it's no longer a thing anymore. And my parents are like they're no longer that way either.
Yeah,
But it was a different time, which is good. Like I said, they've already changed, so that's why she's already aware of the fact that if they were in my shoes now, it'd be a whole different ballpark.
Yeah, we don't have the same.
They don't have the same issues. Like I said, thank you for giving me the education, the life, the opportunity that you never had. But that's also why you can't say confidently you could do what I'm doing better. Because like you literally worked really hard to give me a life you didn't have. So you really can't say you would have done it better. But I'm not saying none of your things were good. It's just thank you. But that's how my dad was able to like ease up a little bit on that one. So I'm like, dude, come on. Like
It's just a whole different time.
it's a whole different time. A whole different generation. Nothing wrong with it. It was.
I remember my parents always like looking at careers like lawyer, police officer, doctor. Like that was like the highest like level that they wanted their child.
Yeah,
to reach.
Yeah.
Like I remember like always hearing that.
Doctor, lawyers, yep.
Yeah, doctor, lawyer, something in uniform. Like
Yep.
that was their vision for, like in my family at least, like for all the kids.
I had the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can kind of understand. I think for me it was more so just so long as I made it to college, and hopefully I make the right decisions after that.
See, that's true.
They trusted me.
That's good. That's different than what I got. Yeah, they held definitely hard more.
Every day my dad would be like, after dropping me off in like shitty Wisconsin weather in the morning, because whatever, he dropped me off, he'd tell me like, work harder than I did, or work hard so you're doing what I'm doing, you know.
When he was dropping you to
In middle school, he'd tell me that, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll make it, guys. No pressure.
Being the youngest too, like I'm sure.
Yeah, and that's what they would say. They say you're the last resort. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks.
Same for you.
Nope, I never got that.
Thank you.
I never got that as the youngest. Damn.
No, I had a lot of pressure growing up for college, to go to college.
In the end,
I was so terrible at school, so I was like, I'm never gonna make it.
Yeah, in the end, I did go, but I just could not. I could not, you know. I could. I shouldn't say I could not. I didn't want to. I didn't want to enough.
Yeah.
You know,
You do now.
I think back if I went, I wouldn't bullshit. Like I just try to get it done as fast as I could.
That's literally what I did. Because I had the same mentality. I went, I gave it half-ass effort, left with $5,000 worth of debt. That sucked. First semester I didn't give a shit about. Then I tested myself 2 years later. I did it. I was suffering, but I was like, wow, my dumbass again, terrible at school up until like literally college. I didn't know how to study until college.
Yes.
It's just that you can do it. I know every one of us here could do it now because we have a different mindset.
It would be interesting if I did go back.
Yeah, schooling would definitely be interesting.
Certificate, if anything, you don't have to get a degree, like a full, like I did it twice now. I just literally graduated with a bachelor's, I got a diploma and everything. So I can prove I can actually do it. I don't wish that upon anyone. It's so shitty.
I think with perfect planning,
Yeah.
it can be done. You know, it's just about planning it.
It's also about bullshitting it, really. I've learned it.
I can't see myself unless I need it. Like,
Yeah.
I forget how these classes are taken. Like, if I need some sort of class that I don't really care about taking it, but I need the credit,
You always need to do a placement test again.
that's fine. You know,
See,
that's fine.
I was lucky that my SAT scores back from college, like when I was 19, were good enough that I could get out of a good amount of gen eds. But it was like, those suck.
I hate gen eds.
Dude, that's why I was so lucky when I went back to school for online. They took off a whole year because all my gen eds in my local college here just took it off. Just like, all right, sweet, they transfer over. So you don't got to take none of these maths, none of these English. So I pretty much can focus like on damn near what was like towards the degree. So that's why I just graduated decently. But it was summer school nonstop, which is 5 weeks nonstop.
Dude, I had Jeff on that summer school at Bruce.
Oh,
No, I hate school.
Surprisingly, I had fun.
I fucking hate school, bro. I never wanted to be there.
You know,
Yeah.
surprisingly, it was fun, and there was only 1 year where I went. I finished good enough that year that I didn't go to summer school. I always signed up for rec, and I would just wake up, eat something, and go have fun. We'd go to field trips and all that. At the end of the day, I'd come back home. But some kids, they didn't do as well. They put in summer school, and I was one of them a lot. But it was still fun, you know. We were all in one class now. We were all just, hey, how's it going?
You know what's funny?
All the bad kids.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I did have to do summer school, I think, a couple times not with you, but yeah. It actually, damn, that's shaking up like old rusty memories in me, like of me being in a little class.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Dude, it is. I remember the joy I had of just the ignorance of, It's a good day.
They say.
School's the only thing you have to worry about.
Yeah.
They
School's
say.
a good day.
They say when you're older, time goes by faster, but when you're younger, it goes by slow.
Fuck yeah.
Because you're being introduced to everything for the first time.
I agree. They always say this. I want to be older. I want to grow up.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to grow up. Girl, can I get it? I want to grow up so I can have a job. And then I'm like, dude, once you get to this age, you can't go back. So just appreciate the time you got. I can only tell you this once, because then once you're there, you're.
Yeah, when I see Damien, I do feel a little bit younger though.
Oh yeah.
That is pretty cool.
That's cool.
It's good.
I don't know.
Swung back.
I don't know. I got animals, so I don't know the joy of a child, but they're adorable. I like being an uncle. I might keep it that way.
Cool, man.
I might keep-
Nieces and nephews are fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I want. I don't know if I want the burden of a little one myself, but we'll see. Time will tell. Only time will tell. All right, gentlemen. Well, we've talked about a lot. I think this one's a really good. I don't know. I like this one. It was all over the place. This is gonna be really fun for me to edit. So yay. But yeah, thank you guys in for tuning in. If you guys did, happy you guys stuck around. This is our 4th podcast, so we gotta do this for like maybe till we get to 20, and now we can officially say this is our new habit. How many weeks does it take for a habit to start or something like that? But yeah, man, thanks again for tuning in, all you guys. We appreciate it, all the little support we've gotten so far, and thanks again, Nicole, for bringing us pancakes and this awesome poster that I will have hopefully put on as our thumbnail. But all right, sweet guys, thanks again for tuning in. I will check you guys in next week. Stay beautiful.